Welcome back, everyone. Today, we continue the stirring odyssey of CEO James and Lie Too Deep, a love once radiant, now entangled in shadows, silence, and heartbreak. What began as a fairy tale has unraveled into a quiet storm, driven by misunderstandings and strategic manipulation. In the previous episode, Deep vanished after misinterpreting a scene involving Officer Lee, believing James had been harmed. With a heart burdened by betrayal, she slipped away into the cold winter night, unnoticed and untraceable. Wandering unfamiliar streets without an ID, phone, or money, Deep found herself drifting deeper into despair. The city, once filled with promise, now felt like a maze of icy corners and ghosted dreams. Her every step echoed pain, her trust in people, shattered. Meanwhile, Trang, ever watchful and quietly devoted to James, saw her moment. With Deep gone, Trang moved in, not forcefully, but through calculated kindness. Home-cooked meals from her mother, coincidental meetings at the office, orchestrated whispers among partners. Even her parents joined the act, soft-spoken yet strategic, gently pressing the relationship through social channels, business allies, even the media. What was once personal became public theater. Yet through all of this, James, though vulnerable, never let go of his search for Deep. His heart, heavy with loss, grew weary from the advice that urged him to move on. But he couldn't. He wouldn't. A night of fear and fragile strength. Elsewhere, Deep had curled into a corner behind torn tarps at a construction site. Hungry, cold, and trembling, she wanted nothing more than a few hours of sleep to escape the ache inside her. But peace did not come. A drunken man staggered out of the darkness. Slurring crude words, he lunged. Deep fought with every ounce of strength, biting, kicking, breaking free. He didn't stop until he tore the necklace and earrings from her neck, gifts from James's mother, symbols of a family she had longed for her entire life. They were gone, just like her sense of belonging. She ran through the night until her legs gave way. An old abandoned house offered shelter. There, against a wall that smelled of mold and forgotten stories, she sat, silent, hollow, barely breathing. The tears came quietly. No one saw. No one answered the questions that looped in her mind. Why was love so fragile? Why did he let her go? An unexpected kindness. At dawn, a middle-aged woman stumbled upon her. Shocked by the sight of this lost girl with hollow eyes and no belongings, the woman asked gently, "Sweetie, are you okay?" Deep hesitated, then broke down. She confessed she had been robbed and had nowhere to go. The woman nodded, left, and returned minutes later with bread, milk, and an old coat. "You need food. We'll figure out the rest later," she said. Deep, moved yet cautious, declined the offer for further help. The woman, understanding, simply placed the food beside her. I sell drinks by the big crepe myrtle. If you change your mind, come find me. Restoration in a bowl of pho. As Deep wandered through a modest neighborhood, the smell of steaming broth drew her to a roadside eatery. Hungry, exhausted, yet still dignified, she stepped inside and spoke to the owner, a gentle middle-aged woman. I don't have any money, she said softly. But I'm hungry. If you let me, I'd like to work to repay the meal. The woman didn't ask for details. She simply said, sit down. Eat first. We'll talk later. The bowl of pho was more than food, it was grace. Steam rose like a lifeline, the warmth cradled her hollow stomach, and for the first time in days, she felt. Scene. After finishing, Deep helped in the kitchen, washing dishes with care. Her hands stung from the cold water, but her spirit began to glow, just a flicker, but real. When her work was done, the woman handed her a small envelope. This is your wage. You worked hard. I can't, Deep protested. I only wanted to repay your kindness. But the woman's voice was firm. This isn't charity. This is dignity. And you've earned it. With trembling hands, Deep accepted the envelope, along with a fragile sense of purpose. A heart still waiting. Meanwhile, James, though physically back at work, carried a weight that bent his posture and dimmed his eyes. That afternoon, he visited the warehouse with Trang. She had been his silent supporter, taking on Deep's tasks, staying close without being asked. When they reached a quiet corner of the warehouse, Trang finally spoke. You haven't found Deep, have you? James shook his head, his voice low. It's like she vanished. Trang, heart heavy, offered a solution, a business trip overseas, a break from the pain. But James was resolute. I can't go. I'm waiting for her, even if it takes a year, or more. She's the one I love. Trang's heart cracked silently. I understand, she whispered. Even if Deep is gone, I still can't take her place. James didn't contradict her. He simply said, I hope you'll stay as a trusted colleague. I need that now, to find her. And in that still moment, a truth settled like dust in the golden light. James's heart had made its choice, and it would not waver. Schemes behind the scenes. Trang returned home quietly. Her father, Mr. Lamb, calculated, composed, immediately understood. The plan had failed. But he had another move. Approach from the side, he told her. Send your mother. The next morning, Mrs. Fuang visited Madame Ha, James's mother. With practiced warmth and subtle suggestions, she laid the groundwork. Perhaps a trip abroad would do James good. Maybe with Trang accompanying, it would ease his pain. Madame Ha didn't agree outright, but she didn't reject it either. The seed had been planted. The search expands. Back at his office, James sat before a mountain of maps, folders, and fading leads. Still no trace of Deep. Desperate, he called Hong, his childhood friend and trusted ally. I need help, James said. Hung didn't hesitate. I'll organize teams. Quiet, discreet. We'll look everywhere. Don't give up. James's eyes burned. Thank you. You're doing everything you can, Hung replied. And one day, when you find her, you'll know it was worth it. And so, the story continues. As dusk fell and the city lights flickered to life, Deep walked forward, still alone, still uncertain, but with a spark inside her heart. A spark born of kindness, dignity, and the quiet courage to keep walking. And somewhere else in that same city, James sat in silence, his heart unshaken, his promise alive. Two souls, one thread of fate, a love that refuses to give in, but is love enough to weather what lies ahead.